What's going on, runners? Welcome back to the run. Listen, I got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get right to it. I created a video for you guys. It was a video of me driving around and doing my thing, but it had some issues uploading, so I couldn't upload it. I'll try to figure it out later. I'll probably put it in my year review because I'm coming up on my year here at Republic, so I'll probably put it in there. That way I can give you guys some updates and stuff like that. But man, we got to talk Swift. We got to talk fake CDLs. We got to talk, I don't know what else we got. Oh, tips and tricks I got for you guys. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. First of all, let's talk fake CDLs. Now remember, I told you guys about people driving around with these fake CDLs. And I had a couple people didn't believe me, like it wasn't a real thing. I'm like, well, if you could fake a driver's license, you could fake a CDL, right? Tell me why these people just get busted in Texas for giving out fake CDLs. Like, not even fake CDLs. They're giving them out on real real licensed card stock. But it was an inside job. These people didn't complete a test. They didn't do anything. And it was an inside job. And people don't seem to understand how dangerous that is. And us truckers, we know. We can look and be like, I guarantee you this trucking company isn't as legit as they say they are. Or this driver probably isn't legit as they think they are. You know, you can see people making turns in weird directions, being in different types of lanes that they're not supposed to be in, barely being able to back up a truck. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that have been driving trucks since they were kids and don't have a CDL and can drive trucks better than a lot of people that have had a CDL since they were 21. So, but this is going to really expand that whole nationwide crackdown that they're having with whether it's illegal immigration or people here working illegally and then driving these semi trucks. Like, they're going to start coming down. They're going to start figuring out a way, and it's going to be different than having an English test. Like, it's going to be something more in depth. Like, you're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove where you got your CDL, and they're going to either start investigating these people or shutting these people down. But I think those people are going to get some serious time for, they were frauding. I would think they're state issued, but they're controlled federally. So I don't know how that's going to end up being. So I told you guys it was happening. Any driver, any trucker will tell you that there's some shady business going on in the industry. So I'll leave that there. But I told y'all. So they're going to start needing truckers when they start running through all these truckers and put them out of service because either they can't speak English or they don't have a CDL. These trucking companies are going to start hiring. And I mean, it's not going to be a trucker boom, but there's going to be a little movement in the economy or in that space. So let's talk Swift. Good old Swifty Swift. Swifty Swift. Now, if you know me, I like Swift. I love Swift. I would have my Swift shirt on right now, but I got my Republic shirt on right now because it's a veteran shirt. You can't see it. Let me see. Yeah, it's the veteran shirt. Don't mind my bald spot up there. But I don't even know if y'all could have seen it. But anyway, so I heard Swift is now requiring you to do a 26-month contract with them if you go through one of their schools. What does this mean for you if you're trying to go to Swift? Now, when I went to Swift, before you had to do 12 months. 12 months straight on a contract, right? And if you do 12 months, then they take out the payment out of your check every week, and then they pay it, that's how they pay the loan back. If you were to leave the company, then you would have to pay for that out of pocket. The balance, or I think it was the full term. Like if you left early, you had to pay the full thing of it back. Something like that. Now it's 26 months. What is this going to mean? In my perspective, what it's going to mean is it's going to be harder to maneuver in Swift. Because if you think about it, a lot of these mega carriers, it's a revolving door. Drivers are in and out. And a majority of the drivers went to their academy. Some drivers that paid out of pocket don't, or, they don't go to Swift. They go somewhere else. But some do. So a majority, let's just say 40% of the drivers got their stuff through Swift. Now everybody has to stay there a whole lot longer. what's going to happen is it's going to be a lot harder for you to maneuver in the company. You're not going to have as much freedom. So when I was there, you could jump line of business, line of business, line of business, line of business. And that's just how the game went. Because there was so much movement, you could easily find what you wanted to do. Well, now, if this school, and remember, they have a class starting every week at their academy and at their partner schools. They have classes starting every week. So let's just say it takes a month. It takes a month to graduate, right? So every month, let's say you're getting 100 new drivers. Well, yeah, let's just say a month you're getting 100 new drivers, and now they're locked down and they can't move for 26 months or so. It's going to be a lot harder. You're going to be stuck in dry van forever, or you're going to be stuck in reefer forever, or you're going to be stuck in flatbed forever. At least that's how I see it, because I doubt half of those people are going to get the experience and just dip. Because around the whole industry, it's hard to get a job. It's hard to get a job. Even with 6 months of experience, it's hard to get a job. So a lot of people are going to have to stick with it. So for you, if you're choosing to go to Swift, because I'm assuming if Swift's doing it, then all these other Knight's going to start doing it, I think. CRST, CR England, all the companies that provide that training, they're going to start doing it too. Because they want to keep drivers. They want to retain drivers. Well, how are we going to retain drivers if we only tie them down for 12 months and a lot of them leave in 7? Right? So if I were you and I was seriously considering going to Swift, make sure your plan is to stay there for the long haul. Don't be afraid to bug your driver leader once you get in there and say, I want to do a different line of business. Do it before this backlog starts to happen. I believe there's a backlog that's going to happen. There's not going to be as much freedom of movement, or it's going to be only freedom of movement in those accounts that cause you to work, like the Family Dollar or Dollar General, or there's another one where you got to it's touch freight. A lot of people don't want to touch freight. So there's that. So if you're going to Swift, really consider it and make sure you want to be there for the long haul and get your experience and get out. Because doing 26 months, man, that is going to, at least your experience is going to be up there. You're going to have 2 good winters and some summer driving, all weather driving. So, hey, but they're also probably going to be a little bit more strict on a lot of things too, because now they got you by the they got you by the stonies, so they'll probably be a little bit more strict on things, where before, when they were losing drivers every 2 days, 3 days, they let a little bit of things slide with, like, oh, I don't want to go here, or oh, I don't want to go here, or no, I'm just not going to pick up this freight, I want different freight. Now it's probably not going to be like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more deeper research in it, and maybe I'll come back with something. But that's what it is right now. Next thing is, here are some tips and tricks for you guys coming into the industry in 2025. All right. Parking. When you're over the road parking, I heard there's a lot of states that are trying to kind of fix the parking situation. I think the Trump administration is trying to fix the parking situation as well. If I were you, get to a Love's early. Get to a Pilot early. And even prior to that, when you're doing your pre-trip, or when you're doing your pre-trip planning and stuff like that, find the Love's or the Pilot or the Petro or TA that has the biggest parking lot. For example, if you're driving to California, to Northern California from like Riverside or LA, you have to go through the Tejon Pass. When you drop down the Tejon Pass, you have those shopping centers. On the left side is a Petro, on the right side is a TA. On that right side of the TA, there's a shish ton of parking. Like, I've never been there and there's been no parking. And I've been there at like 10 o'clock at night and there's parking. It's going to be a little difficult because a lot of the easy ones it took, but there's parking. You go to the Petro, same thing. Not as much, but there's parking, right? So what I would suggest you do is, when you're doing your pre-trip planning, Google where you want to stop. And also, when you Google it, like, do the sky view where you can pull it up and look at the route, or look at the building and all like the little things around the building. See how many spots it has. And if it doesn't look like it has a lot, go to the next one. Because I've been to Flying J's and Pilots. that don't have very many parking spots, that may have like 30 parking spots. You know, there's one, oh, I forgot where it's not Reading. I forgot where it's at. But on one side it's a Pilot. No, one side it's a Love's, and on the next side it's a Pilot, and it's got like a Denny's, Panda Express, McDonald's. It's right off the freeway. It's in Northern California, and that Pilot is super small to park your truck in. And if you're not there in time, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose out. So make sure you get your parking early. Secondly, make sure you save your money. There's so many hidden expenses when you're on the road. Not saying all the extraness that you gotta buy for your creature comforts, but if you're out on the road, you're doing the full over the road experience, and you're out for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. You want to make sure you have laundry, soap. You want to make sure you have funds just in case you get stuck somewhere. You can get a hotel and you don't got to sit in the truck. You got money to fix certain things on your truck. For example, if you got a reefer and you pick up a reefer and the inside is damaged, there's stuff you can buy. It's like metallic tape that you can repair that damage with so they don't reject your trailer. I mean, usually your company will reimburse you, but you want to have that money right then and there. Money to get home if something was to happen or you just decide to quit. You got a plane ticket home from wherever you're at. Taxis, Ubers, anything that you need. Make sure you at least have, me personally, I would say at least have like $300 at a minimum. That's just like my emergency money. Now you should have more, but $300 for some emergencies that are going on, I think that's good enough. So make sure you find parking and get there early. Make sure you have some money saved up. Don't be spending money on all this, cool stuff at the truck stop Best Buy. You know what I'm saying? CB radio. I wasn't a fan of CB radios because I never used it, but I think a CB radio is good. If you're planning to be like a trucker, CB radios are going to be good, because there's a lot of places that I went where my phone didn't get reception. And I would drive for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or driving out of Idaho, going to the northern part of Nevada, there's a stretch of road that's like maybe an hour where I'm out of cell phone service and my phone was in satellite mode. Maybe an hour and a half where I'm out of cell phone service in the middle of the night. No pull-off area, soft shoulder. It's crazy. So CB radio or a sat phone, that might be your best option. So let's see, what did I say? I said parking, money, CB radio or a sat phone. Shower shoes. I don't know why I have to explain this to people, but wear shower shoes. You need shower shoes, like shower shoes. Get you a seat cushion and a back cushion, because like right now I'm in this trash truck and it sucks for suspension. Semis are a little bit better, but duh. Also, if you're going to be in this trucking industry, learn how to use your truck and learn how to use all the interesting things that are on your truck. For example, did you know that if you have a flat tire, you can buy a hose that connects to one of your hose lines, run the truck, and pump up your tire with it? I never knew that until I started working for Knight, and I was with Swift forever. You can jump one of the batteries with the battery in the reefer if you're driving reefer, if your battery's drained. I didn't learn that until I started driving with McLean, and my truck battery died, and I had to jump it with the reefer. So if you're going to be in the industry, learn the truck. One thing I've always been told is, like, if I'm working for a company, I'm 100% about that company. I'm 100% about my job. Once I leave that company, it is what it is. But while I'm here, I want to learn everything. I want to know everything. That way, I'm the best at what I do. Also, another one. If you're going to go over the road for a long period of time and you park your car at the terminal, disconnect your battery for one. And also check up on your car every now and then. Because I've been to terminals where people's trucks and cars have cobwebs on it, dust on it. Windows are broken, all 4 flats. Like they're just junkyards pretty much. Make sure you check on your car. Leave your car in the care of somebody. Like I would leave my car at home and I would drive my truck down to San Diego. That's how I kept my car kind of out of the way of everything. Because when I was in Riverside, when I was there, I just drove my truck around. I drove my truck to McDonald's, or I drove my truck to Walmart or whatever. Um, Also, it's hot. Make sure that you got some sort of AC in your truck. If your AC is broken, don't be a bitch. Get your AC fixed. Go to your maintenance department, wherever you got to go get your AC fixed. Don't just sit in that truck with a fan. Um, and all that. I think that's about it. The parking one is a really big one for me because I like to shut down early, especially if I'm running early. Oh, that's another one. Make sure you're always early. So when you calculate your times, again, when you're doing your pre-trip planning, make sure you're calculating your times accurately. Give yourself at least an hour to 2 hours away from your destination. So for example, if I'm driving to Vegas and it takes me 6 hours and I'm coming from, or let's say for example, I'm driving to Arizona and I'm coming from Northern California. I'm coming from, let's just say I'm coming from Bakersfield. I'm not going to make it all the way to Phoenix. I'm going to have to stop somewhere. And let's say my delivery time is the next morning or the next day at like noon, and I'm already running ahead of schedule, which you want to be running ahead of schedule. Figure out how to work your clock. That's a big one too. Figure out how to work your clock, and then drive to a point to where once you wake up in the morning, you are still going to be on time, and you got a little wiggle room of about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Don't try to sit there and try to plan it out to where you will get there on time, because you will be late because of traffic. The trucks only govern so far, so much. You're going to be late. So give yourself a breathing room of about an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. 2 hours at max. You don't want to be there super, super early. Sometimes they'll take you early, but if you're way early, they're not going to take you and you're just going to be sitting. And then they may forget about you. Oh, also, with the money thing, make sure you have money, because some of these shippers don't have contracts with your company. So you got to pay the lumper fee and get reimbursed, but you got to pay the lumper fee out of pocket. And if you're an owner operator, you got to pay the lumper fee no matter what. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm about to get up out of here. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning running around. Again, sorry that I've been gone so long, but I've said this before, life be lifing sometimes, and sometimes I'm not in the headspace, but I found something that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to try to get some more information on you about that Swift contract stuff, but I will see you guys on the next one. Stay blessed, stay cool out here. It's getting warm, and I got to get up out this truck because it's starting to get hot. So peace easy. I'll see you guys on the next one.